Hello friends, welcome to the second part of the tutorial on creating a 9 chain scarf with 3D hearts. In the first part we created the main section. I show you step by step the technique I use. Also during the process we faced a common situation where we needed to attach a second skein to our work, and I show you how to make it seamlessly. And now we will add the final touches to our scarf. Are you ready? And now I propose to make the scarf more unusual in a certain way, just like in our previous video where we crocheted this kind of hearts. If anyone hasn't seen it, please watch the video on my channel. And today I want to show you how this element can be applied, yes, on the example of this scarf. And I believe that because of this it will be more interesting, more unusual, and more attention grabbing for those around you. Therefore, if you also want such an unusual scarf, then let's get started. And by the way, before that, I also made a seam blocking of the heart. This way I made it flatter, more even, and ready to be attached to this scarf. Now let's continue with what I propose to do. I suggest that on the ends of to our scarf we add elements made of hearts, and later when we finish it I will show you how can we additionally add fringe, which will make the scarf longer. I found it more interesting and more beautiful. So in order to attach our heart we need to determine exactly where our heart is, whether on the front or the back side. In fact, if you look, the two sides are almost identical, but I propose we use the front side. These sides are very similar to each other, yet I suggest making the front the chosen side. Our yarn from when we started crocheting, it remains, and so it ends up in the lower right corner. And this side, where you arrange like this, will be the front side. That will be the front side. Therefore, I position my scarf and we work on our heart on the front side. I think like this. Yes, on the front side. Exactly. As you can see now, how do we determine the middle of the scarf where we will place our heart? We can do it like this. Simply press it against the scarf and this will be create the center. So we take it and position it approximately at this height, exactly like this. Now I'll fix it and show you how many centimeters it is, so that it secure our heart. We can use pins if you have them, or if not, use markers. For your convenience, I'll use these pins. So secure the center to the braid. Secure it. To do this, braid. And then likewise arrange everything symmetrically right here. Place it here. Secure the center. Fix the middle. Here along this braid at the center, I have fixed it. Next we can work on the edges, this edge, the rib of this. And then this rib on it on the braid in this manner. Now let's measure this distance so that on the second part to our scarf we work it symmetrically. 7 centimeters or approximately 3 inches. So we have fixed it, and now how do we sew it? We need to take our needle or hook, but the needle is more convenient, and I also thread we use to make the heart. So I have already threaded the needle with the thread, and it is folded in half. Now how do we connect the heart to the scarf? We need to secure it here, then we sew it. We sew through these loops into these ribs so that it's more distinct and neat. So let's begin. Secure the thread not at the very start but more in the middle, in this way. Secured in the middle like that. One. And then again. And now we pass our thread through the loops that is to that rib. Let's work under this one, or rather under the second loop we pass the thread. Now pass the thread under the second loop. Then form this side under the second loop. Pass it under the third loop here. We need to catch into the loops of the scarf, catch 2 of them. Take the end with you as well. Also we move under the loops on the scarf. Here you can work under one set of loops. On the heart and continue in the same way. Our movement is of the same. Of the same principle when we continue exactly up to this point. So we have already come this far, and I want to point out that our task is not merely to attach the thread to every loop of the scarf, but that we must catch them only by these ribs of the scarf. Because of that, our heart will appear more voluminous. Therefore, as we proceed, for example, here I get an extra thread, yes, The next rib is even here, so to move over here I simply move between the loops in this manner and transition closer along the loops to that rib. When I reach it, then I grab one or two loops depending on the situation, then I grab one or two loops as needed. You must judge according to the situation, sometimes one, and then I see which loops better. This loop, for example, the very center becomes more secured. Here that loop, in this space the center is fixed. It becomes more secure. Exactly. I continue reading further. I also fix this one here, so I walk in here and fix one loop here and another there. I fix one loop, I catch in this way, and then under the next loop I continue bringing it out, and then I can grab this loop of the scarf's rib. We move on to the scarf of our join. Now we continue until there is the joining point. I show you how to finish it. Here I demonstrate how to complete the process. I have secured the ribs here, then I continue along the same principle. I thread the yarn further, and now the last loop must be secured to the rib. I do this here. I secure the final loop to the rib. I catch the scarf's rib and loop. And remove the heart with the pins. Then I remove the pins that we used to secure it. Achieved by sewing only the ribs very well in this heart. It becomes very three-dimensional. And now do we hide that thread? We have finished here, and I can take it away just like this, taking it under the loops with the heart. The heart is hidden between the scarf and itself with no visible thread. Then I bring it here and thread it into the space between the heart and the scarf. That is the idea. The main thing is not to catch the scarf on the wrong side, but to pass it into the space. Then I pass it into the space. Now you can trim it. Just as before, pull it a bit, trim it, and it strengthens inside exactly. So here's what we have achieved: a 3D heart that forms a bag. Shows no threads because we crocheted using the method of attaching only to the ribs. Everything is very neat. Now our task is to do the same by attaching our heart to the second edge of the scarf. I want to show you how to attach the heart to the second edge of our scarf, and then I will show you how to add fringe to your scarf. Next I will show you how to make fringe for your scarf, and I propose it make it two-colored, matching the color of your scarf and that of our heart. And in what way we can do this? We need to take our yarn. I think we will use 4 strands for each fringe element. That is, so we get 2 colors. And how we can arrange it? We arrange it here along the edges and on these ribs of the scarf. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. That is, we need to make 11 pairs. We need to make 11 pairs, yeah. I can use a notebook like this, and I show you how I will do it. I take 2 strands of yarn, place them together while holding them taut from above and below in a stretching state, and trim the yarn. I trim it while I stretch it. I get a structure like this, a construction like this, and now I can secure it here. So now how do we secure our fringe at every beginner? Where we determine the corner of the scarf, we insert a hook from this side From the side we take our fringe so that the ends are even, and you must set them correctly. And like this, we grab it, thread it through, grabbing all our strands, pulling them through the loop, drawing them out, and tightening them. That is what we get, and 2 colored fringe. Then we continue cutting another 10 pairs here, here and here. I'll show you once again how we do it. Lay them out evenly. Allow the ends, secure them and wrap them. We hold them taut from above and below, keeping tension, and then trim it. This is what we have. This is our result, and we secured it in exactly the same way. We fix in the same way. On the rib, we catch it, thread it through the loop, catching all the strands, pull them through the loop, draw them out, and tighten them. And this is how the fringe comes out beautifully. It turns out great. Now we continue until we reach the edge of our scarf along these ribs, and at the end the rib ends this section. So here what I have, and 2 colored fringe. If you want it to be denser, you can also add extra fringe in the gaps between these ribs right here, in these places between the ribs. This will make it even fuller. By the way, let me know how it went for you, how you attached the heart. Was difficult or faced whether everything? Share in the comments if you had any troubles. Also tell me how the fringe process went for you. Did you stick in only the ribs, or did you add extra fringe, maybe even additional fringe right here? So we must repeat the same process for the heart and the fringe on the second part of the scarf. Then we will meet again once it's done. So this is what we have: our hearts, our scarf, our fringe. I would love to know if you encountered any difficulties. Please write in the comments if you had any issues, and if everything worked out, then wear our scarf with pleasure. Enjoy it and brighten your day along with those around you. I'm already preparing the next video for you. So Until we meet again, bye.